of divisional weekend, and I'm here at my guys flipping flip wise. Fellas. Yeah, man. All right. Like I said, let's not waste too much into it.
I mean, it was just it wasn't a good game
It
to
was a
watch.
slow paced,
Very
low scoring
frustrating,
game.
annoying game to watch. It wasn't. It was the cold weather. Guys were dropping passes. Obviously, there was mistakes being made. Certainly on special teams. The only game the game was still the other
Yeah.
three games. The first time and
Yeah.
one.
27-3.
22-3. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
before. And that game was exciting. The last, I would say that game was exciting. Yeah, in the fourth quarter, when the Bucks were making that run back. But no, the thing is that the Chiefs Bills game was still like a maybe like I don't know if it was in the it was really they really started lighting up in the fourth quarter. It was kind of a back and forth game. It was exciting. Both quarterbacks were playing great, but it was still only like a 23-21 game going in some way midway through the fourth, and then they scored 25 points in the span of 2 minutes.
Yeah.
That was just unbelievable. And that might be this is probably the best divisional. The games were a little bit not like heading throughout. All one on the last play, and all of the kind of the storylines and the things behind it. You know what I mean? A lot of the things behind it. With Joe Burrow leading the Bengals to the AFC Championship. Mahomes and Josh Allen going back and forth. Probably two best quarterbacks in the league go toe to toe.
Right.
And then obviously Green Bay Packers losing yet again, disappointing season. There's a
Kryptonite.
lot of definitely storylines there.
Fellas, I want you to think long and hard about this one. But what was the choke of the divisional round?
Oh, that's easy. Packers win it.
No. I got to go with Titans Bengals, me personally.
Hell no, it's Packers Niners
No.
for sure. You're one punt going right away from beating the Niners in that game. And the special teams killed you. It's not Aaron Rodgers, not the defense. Special teams ruins the game for you.
I get what you're saying. I get what you mean. But the thing is, people were hyping up Ryan Tannehill. How the hell are you going to throw a pick with less than a minute left? Like, come on. Like, if that's not a choke job, I don't know what it is. All you have to do is you got to get in the field goal range. That's all you had to do. Boom. Victory right there. You trailing for the majority of the game. Yeah, it is.
That has always been the kryptonite of the Titans. The Titans are like the 49ers, but Jimmy G is somehow he's less tragic than Tannehill.
Yeah.
Like, they both have great running games, both have great defenses, but then the quarterback spot is a little questionable.
Yeah.
But Jimmy G, for some reason, he just gets it done.
Yeah.
Tannehill, I don't know he just can't. I don't. So I'll get into Jimmy G in a little bit, but I do understand where Dreadman's coming from. That the Titans pissed me off so much.
Yeah.
Just how they played, and just how poor Tannehill was, especially going into that last drive when you're still like a potential like game-winning drive.
Yes.
And there was like no sense of urgency. I feel like it was like a minute or so, some left on the clock.
A minute and 12.
And there was no urgency. There was just like, I'm like, do y'all want to try to score a touchdown? Like, they were like playing it for maybe like getting a field goal. There was just like no urgency whatsoever. And then Tannehill just throws a pick, and it was ridiculous. I really thought that they would handle him. Henry looked a little bit. He didn't look like himself. Certainly in second half.
Mm-hmm.
And I was expecting, and I don't know what happened there, and it was just very disappointing. I will never. I would have put faith or trust in Tannehill ever
No,
again.
no. Mm-mm. And now more on that Packers Niners game. Whether the Niners got the Packers number in the postseason, I don't know how or why. But you know what? This taught me. This game taught me to always go with my head, not my heart, especially in the postseason. I'm never gonna go with my heart again, no matter what. So yeah, and y'all guys don't. I know a lot of people in professional sports don't believe in quote unquote curses and they don't believe in coincidences. But I mean, damn it, I do now. I mean, or at least like you got to look at the stat. Oh, but thing is, I know everybody likes to say, well, you're living in the past. It's all about here and now. But you can't ignore the facts. I mean, you really can't. But yeah. But anyway, what else do you guys say? What else do you guys got to put on the table before we get in these AFC NFC championships?
These games are complete 180 from last week's game,
Yeah.
which are just either blowouts or just not entertaining. I think all 4 games. I'm just glad we got some good playoff football this time.
Yeah. Yeah, now, Waz, we talked about this off the record, but what are your thoughts on Aaron Rodgers now? Like, what does he do? Does he step down and retire? Like, I mean, does he retire now? Does he go to free agency? I mean, or does he stay with the Packers?
I mean, he's I think he's. I don't know about what Flip thinks. I know you think he's MVP. I agree. I believe he's probably again the MVP, which will make him back-to-back MVP seasons here.
Right.
And I mean, he certainly has plenty in the tank. I mean, it's realistically, I don't know why it should be. I think over the last couple of years, he's certainly made it maybe difficult for management. That's why they felt like they needed to trade and get a Jordan Love to kind of prepare for things. But it feels like it's run its course. It feels like there's kind of bad blood, and it's just unfortunate because it's still a good situation. It's not like it's a winning franchise. You have good pieces. You have a good running back. You have one of the top elite receivers. You're constantly, you're going to be a division. You're going to win the division.
That's a good question.
Oh no, it's not. No. Oh, the Packers don't. Packers lose Aaron Rodgers, but are they that worse off in that division? You have to. No, but you have Aaron. You got your point with Jared Goff. You got the Vikings. I don't certainly put them way above the Packers. Obviously, the Packers might do some stuff to. Who knows? Packers might pursue some things in the draft or in free agency, but it's still the division's not that strong with quarterbacks. You know what I mean? You have Justin Fields and with the Bears, but still picking up and learning things. I don't think it's a big fall off. I think the Packers could afford to say goodbye to Aaron Rodgers, even though they say it's his decision. I think Aaron Rodgers probably leaves, and I think there are 4 teams that would make sense for him.
Yeah, but
I just think I think the issue is I think they go from that 13-14 win team, and with Jordan Love at the helm, I honestly think they drop down to like a 7-8 win team. The Vikings probably would be a 10-win team if Aaron Rodgers isn't in that division. That's what my thinking is. The Vikings is a 10-win team in that division. Justin Fields is going to continue to get better. Matt Nagy is gone, so he doesn't have burden on his back. They're going to fix up that old line. They're going to get him some pieces eventually. With the Packers, it seems like, honestly, like even the way Aaron Rodgers played on that team, it was Devontae Adams was his best weapon and his only weapon. A.J. Dillon and the Aaron Jones connection, but I think Aaron Jones is probably going to leave out soon too.
Maybe.
They're going to have to cut a lot of players to get that cap down. I mean, that team is going to look like a rebuild team really soon because they're $40 million over the cap. They're not keeping this defense if they're going to keep one of these guys, because they have to give, I think, Adams a $20 million franchise tag.
Yeah.
So this team is going to fall apart. It's going to look like the Lions and the Bears look right now. So I don't know if when Aaron Rodgers leaves, that team is going to be serviceable to where you're thinking going to be.
Yeah. Now, my overall opinion.
Aaron Rodgers, the cap situation is kind of resolved with Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah. But as far as Aaron Rodgers' legacy, now Aaron Rodgers he's 37 years old, so he's probably only going to be in the league for maybe years, unless he decides to retire at 40, or maybe he just hangs it up after this season. Because I mean, come on, his contract's up; he's a free agent. Maybe he walks away from the game. Maybe he does. I don't think he does. But I think that this was his last to win a ring. I don't think he's going to win another ring, for the rest of his career. He might put up some great stats. He might be a good stat machine, but as far as him winning another conference title or Super Bowl ring, I think that window is closed for him. As talented as he is, and no matter where he goes, I don't think he wins a ring. Period. As talented as he is, yeah.
Especially, I think you can win a ring in another city.
No, not with these guys coming up like Mahomes and Allen and Lamar Jackson and Joe Burrow and Justin Herbert. Not with guys like that on the come up.
But that's to say that he's not as talented as those guys.
I mean, yeah, but one, you can have a team around you, and two, the time is undefeated. I mean, even though, look at Tom Brady. The reason why Tom Brady is kicking ass the way he is right now is, well, not anymore because he's eliminated. But the reason why is because they know that Tom Brady's 4 years old. You have to build pieces around him. He had a top-notch O-line, and he had a damn good receiving core to hide, to hide the fact that he's diminishing, or to hide the fact that he's an aging QB. Would most people kill to have a guy like Tom Brady on this squad? Hell yeah.
But can you really put Aaron Rodgers in the Tom Brady situation with Father Time right now?
Not.
Aaron Rodgers is still bombing his ball down 60 yards down the field. His arm is still there. He can still roll out of the pocket. He can still read the defenses like it's nothing. The issue is that his second receiver is Alan Lazard.
Yeah.
That's the issue.
And he didn't have a tight end like he used to either.
Think about this. If Aaron Rodgers leaves, they have to trade him. So who's taking him in a trade right now?
That's a good question.
Like the 49ers taking him.
Unless they, unless the Packers decide to go all out, balls out in the NFL draft this year, I don't really see that happening.
But they're going to have to trade him because he still has a year left on his contract.
Yeah, they gonna have to. I mean, if that's the case, they don't have the Packers are going to have to make some big moves in the draft. But yes,
I think among the people said the Broncos. I'm not sure why. I don't think
the
Broncos would be a good. I mean, they got some.
He is Manning.
Talent, but I think.
Yeah.
I can see the Steelers.
I think the Steelers for sure. I think that's a solid organization and franchise. You can definitely sell Rodgers on the fact that you can be that's there. I think a sticky team would be the Browns.
Wow.
Tell me this. You see Aaron.
Good question. I made a video on TikTok about this very thing probably about a week or two ago, where I discussed the Steelers quarterback situation. I said, should we A, trust in Mason, B, should we give Haskins the Dodgers a second look? C, should we get a veteran in free agency? Or D, should we just draft a young QB? Me personally, I'm on board with drafting a new QB, even though in the 2022 draft, the quarterbacks are not all that strong. But if I had to draft any veteran, I'd probably draft Russell Wilson. Well, I'd probably get Russell Wilson before I get Aaron Rodgers, because Russell Wilson's only 30. He's 33. No real major injuries because Aaron Rodgers had that shoulder injury. He's a dual threat. He can actually move. The game is changing. Not a major one. I mean, the thing is, he had a hand injury. But the thing is, he had a hand injury. It wasn't like Aaron Rodgers where he had a quarterback. It's like an ACL injury to a running back. But yeah,
but we just saw that he was able to have an MVP season after that injury.
yeah. But the problem is, this is guys. The problem: can he replicate that? Can he do that? I'm not sure he can.
Yeah, he was
No.
MVP status.
But the thing is, but this is the thing, guys. Like I said, yes, he let's just say for all intents and purposes, let's just say that he does go to the Steelers. The Steelers still got a hell of a lot of work to do. They still got to rebuild their O line, and they might need. Let's see, they got to rebuild their O line, put him in pretty damn good position. But yeah, the main issue is going to be the O line, the Steelers O line, if he was to go there.
Sure, but I think your team was able to great if you got a quarterback that is as good as Aaron Rodgers. Your defense can kind of even come off a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, their defense had to gain your stature of quarterback, but now you have Aaron Rodgers who's way pressure.
Mm-hmm.
I think they probably yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what Flip says.
Yeah, I think he makes your O-line better because he's able to, roll out of the pocket and he's able to pull up into the pocket. Big Ben just will stand there and take a hit.
Yeah, that's the reason why Big
Good came back from injury, by the way.
Yeah.
Looks suspect.
Mm-hmm.
He does not look good. That's the thing. Even though he's not the you know, I mean, like I would rather you want to kick the tires on that for a little bit before you commit. I want to see I'd rather see probably another season from them.
Yeah.
What that's going to be, I don't know about that.
Yeah, because I think the Steelers are going to have because he's going money in that. And then I'm hearing names also, and maybe this was a risky one, but Deshaun that I was hearing. Oh, and even what's it? Jacoby Brissett. I'm like, nah. But like I said, with the way that the league is changing, the Steelers are mostly used to having like a dual threat, speedy running quarterback. We're used to these pocket passing quarterbacks, and these guys, these guys who stay in the pocket and maybe roll out and make a couple of plays. But the thing is, even though in the pocket, for a few years, he was one of the, if not the hardest quarterback to bring down. Like, let's just say from like 2012, from like 2012 to like 2016, like right before Big Ben's shoulder injury, he was very hard to break down. Like, he was very, very hard for a lot of defenders to break down. Like, they said there was a stat that I saw that he's probably the most contacted, he's like one of the quarterbacks who received the most contact without being knocked down. Well, we see what kind of toll that took on him. But yeah, like now whether we can get a quarterback in free agency that can replicate that performance is a whole different story. But like I said, I like the idea of an Aaron Rodgers, but I don't know about the likelihood of it happening. But I would be happy if we got like I said, if we don't go QB in the draft, which I'm not sure we do, because we got bigger fish to fry. I say we do go after Deshaun Watson. Let's see, either Aaron Rodgers, Deshaun Watson, or Russell Wilson. I mean, we'll have the money for him, but still.
I think you guys staying away from Deshaun Watson just because of his cases.
Yeah, the what charges. Yeah, I know. Yeah, we're not gonna. LA Rams at home against the San Francisco 49ers. Gentlemen, you really could not ask for a better matchup. Well, except for maybe if the AFC Championship was the Cardinals, but they got knocked out earlier by the Rams. We see what happened with that. So, yeah, but and to think, they were the 49ers were a 7th seed. So, yeah, they proved their worth. I mean, for them to go on the road and make the kind of noise they did is impressive as hell to me. But the Rams are hungry. The Rams are playing like a whole different animal. And the thing is, all of Matt Stafford's critics were right. Like, man, if he had a real team, if this year he's looking elite. But thing is, Cooper Cup, Odell Beckham, and Tyler Higbee can make freaking this one. But like I said, you trust Jimmy G against the Rams in a NFC championship situation, something we've never seen before. Now, the thing is, Jimmy G shows up in the postseason. I don't know what kind of Popeye spinach Jimmy G eats, but whatever the hell it is, it's working. Uh, but man, like I said, I'm gonna go. I'm not gonna go with my heart again. This time, I am gonna go with my head. Give me the Rams 31-27 over the Niners. Flip, who you got? Rams.
See a lot of broken hearts.
Mm.
But man, it's so hard. Like you said, it's hard to vote against the Rams here. Especially after seeing what Darius Smith and them did to that O line in Packers Niners game. I think Jimmy G was flattened like 6 or 7 times that game.
Yeah.
I can only imagine what the Rams line can do with Von Miller and Aaron Donald out there. I think the secondary for the Rams is much better than the Packers as well. So we could see another game where the Niners score low. I think the question is, can that Niners team go out there and replicate what they did against the Packers? I don't know if Devo is 100%. We saw him limping off the field in that heroic last minute, first down. He got the team.
Right.
Fred Warner was hurting too. I don't know if he's gonna be 100% for that game. Nick Bosa was banged up. That defense is it's secure than it was before. And when you have a guy like Cooper Kupp out there who has OBJ on the other side, so it's like seeing Devontae Adams with OBJ on the other side. It's kind of like, damn, can you really trust this Niners team that they're fighting their ass off to get to the Super Bowl, but can you trust them to do it for the championship game? And I'm not entirely sure. If they were 100% healthy, or at least just a bit more healthier, I would have more faith. But I got to go with the Rams here. I'm going to say Rams 23, Niners 17.
Yeah. Now, I will say this one more thing. A key to victory for the 49ers in this game, they might want to have to play a slow, grindy defensive game. They might not want a fast-paced shootout. That might be their big shot at winning. What is it?
I was saying, but can they do that?
Can they do that?
Banged up even more now.
Yeah. We'll see. But yeah, anyway, who you got? Niners, Rams.
Oh man, no love, no faith in the team that already has beaten the Rams twice this season.
Yeah, thank you, Deebo Samuels.
Say that again.
I said thank you, Deebo Samuel.
Oh yeah, okay, sure,
yeah.
Absolutely. I think the Rams are going to completely regret the fact that they could have kept the Niners out of the playoffs. But they're going to reap what they sow. The Niners, granted, listen, Jimmy G. Not a really great performance. However, that was a blizzard. Guys were dropping passes. It wasn't a great game. But I think this is the reason it's going to catch everyone off guard. Everyone's looking at this Niners team, this team that couldn't put up a touchdown on offense against Green Bay. However, they still win the game due to defense and special teams. This team can get to the quarterback. Now, everyone, again, I even have crap on their secondary. Secondary is not great. But when you have a team that doesn't need to blitz, that can rush and get to the quarterback with just 4 guys, you can kind of get by with that. You don't need to blitz to put pressure on the quarterback. It is such a big help to that secondary that at times looks bad. It's like trash. However, again, this is a team that still limited the Packers, as good as they are, to only 10 points. It still is a team that continues to win and defy things on the road. Jimmy Garoppolo, as frustrating and as much of a pain in the butt as it continues to be, and he refuses. I've never seen a quarterback refuse to throw the ball out of bounds to a dying play. He will throw the most corner and sideline interceptions you've ever seen. He throws them at the exact wrong time. However, when it comes to through the Super Bowl two years ago. That's besides the point. He still manages to come through. I know people give him crap and everything like that, but this is a team that, I think this is just that defense and the fact that, again, I know I do want to see Debo healthy. I do want to see Elijah Mitchell healthy before I get really 100% behind this team.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm with this team right now. That was such a terrible cold weather game. They're going from playing in Lambeau Field to having to go back to SoFi and getting a chance to just get in that warm weather and being outdoors. I think that's going to be a boost and helpful for that offense. They're going to put up a lot more points in this game, and I know what you're saying. I know that defense on the Rams it's a scary run. They got studs on that team, but our O-line's good. We have a great running game. It takes a bit of pressure off. Jimmy G will get that ball out fast. He can move somewhat well in the pocket. I know he looks like he's still showing to be a winner. I am going to be the lone person here picking the Niners to my team because again, this is the worst version of the Niners that I've seen in the playoffs compared to the Chiefs this past. But I just like the pieces around Debo, Kittle, that defense.
Yeah.
It's terrific. Jennings is coming up. Elijah Mitchell, terrific. I like the Niners to win this game. I think the Niners win this game. I'm going to say they win this game 27-21.
27-21. All right. Very good score. Very real.
Remember, now granted, this is Stafford. Stafford. They came through. Stafford came through at the end, like to get them in field goal. I thought they were going to, throw that one away.
Yeah.
Stafford came through, but for the Niners to lose, you're looking at Matt Stafford making the Super Bowl. I mean, I don't know if I can see that.
Yeah, but like I said, also it's going to depend on the pace and the tempo of the game and who's going to set it. That's going to be the biggest thing here. But all right, now for the AFC Championship, David versus Goliath. You got the Kansas City Chiefs at home against the Cincinnati Bengals. The Cincinnati Bengals have not been this far in 31 years. Yeah. And you got the offensive juggernaut known as the Kansas City Chiefs. And now they showed a lot of promise. Now, Joe Burrow, he led his team. But the thing is, here's the problem, is that he got sacked 9 times. Normally, teams that get sacked that much don't win at all. But to that was the fact that the game away. But still, I give credit where it's due. They put up points. They contained their offense for the first half for the most part. But the thing is, like, each Chief team is firing on all cylinders. And I hate to say this, if you can't drop at least 28 points on Kansas City, you're not going to win. You just won't win. Because the thing is, you got to fire back on every play. Every time they score, even if so much of a field goal, you got to answer back. And you need to answer back with touchdowns. You can't beat them on field goals alone. Now, is there some holes in Kansas City? Yeah, there's some holes. I mean, there's a couple of holes in the defense, and Patrick Mahomes, I mean, he's not the best scrambling quarterback, but actually, kind of proved that he can be an elite scrambling quarterback because I think did he break 100 yards in the game against the Bills? I know he had like 40 some yards in the first half with his feet. So yeah. So yeah, that's something that they actually have to look at too. But also, one of the keys to victory for the Bengals is the mistakes that the Chiefs make, if any. They got to force turnovers. They got to take advantage of field position. They got to take advantage. They got to milk that clock too, and they got to take advantage of any penalties they get. I mean, like, they pretty much need the Super Mario invincibility star and mushrooms to damn sky for them to have a chance at winning. Can they win? Yeah. Do they got the firepower to win? We will see. But I'm gonna go with the safe pick, man, and going ahead and give me Kansas City 35-24. 24 over the Bengals.
I'm going with the Bengals here.
Wow.
I want to see. I want to see. All he does is when Joe Burrow get to the Super Bowl. I mean, we got robbed of it last season because of the ACL. I want to see if all he does is actually win, because he's surprised us so far. He's made it past the Titans, who I thought he had a slight chance of doing it against. And I guess they did have a slight chance. The Chiefs, they just played a hell of a game. That defense is probably still going to be a little sore from that last week's game. It was a crazy game. I don't know if that Bengals defense is as good as the Bills, but I mean, it seems like whatever happens in a game against the Chiefs, it's always offense. If you have the Higgins and Tyler Boyd and Joe Mixon out there, I know it's not the spiciest looking team, but they put up stats, they put up points.
Yeah.
I think this Chiefs defense it's susceptible to a 30-point game from the Bengals. I think this Bengals defense is susceptible to a 30-point game from the Chiefs. It might be another shootout, and it just, for some reason, I have this weird feeling that Joe Burrow is gonna pull it off. It would just be hilarious for him to go to the Super Bowl in his second year. So yeah, give me the Bengals in this. I'm gonna say Bengals 31, Chiefs 30.
Wow. All right, Waz, who you got? Chiefs, Bengals.
I got the Chiefs. There's no way. I'm not. I had the Bills. I had the Bills. Well, I'm sorry, I had the Bills in a parlay, but I think I believe I picked the Chiefs to win by my heart. And again, I think I should have left with that. I should have left with my mind. It worked. And like you said, good man. I got to go with my head, not the heart. I'm not going against Patrick Mahomes, a guy who basically can get his team in field goal range
in 13 seconds. Yeah.
I'm not going to do that. Put up the points he did and play the way he did. It just, that performance, I cannot see that team not getting to the Super Bowl after that performance. It's just ridiculous. I never seen when Tyreek scored that touchdown. I've never seen anyone run that fast.
No.
For some reason, he looked so freaking. Chiefs are just too loaded. And he has too good of a quarterback, and it's just like. And we've already seen when the game's not over at all until all zeros are on the clock against it. No matter what, the Bills had the Chiefs dead to rights, and the Chiefs this franchise had this color in a long ass time. It would be interesting, mystical and
superstitious,
and universal thing, and all that stuff. It would be interesting if both the Bengals and Niners made it 33 years ago in history. That would be interesting. But yeah, I know I can't. I'm not picking against the Chiefs, especially not against this raw of the Bengals team that's had all of this success, and again, who probably should have lost to the Titans, but they pulled it out. Joe Burrow is the epitome of Joe Cool. If he's not going to get rattled, that guy got sacked 9 times and still. I don't see the Chiefs losing. I don't think there's any way that Chiefs can lose this game. It'll be absolutely one of the biggest upsets if the Bengals can beat the Chiefs.
Yeah,
it absolutely will be. I think they're favored by a touchdown. That I'm surprised only a score. I think it should be more, but I think the Chiefs are going to win this game handily. Give me the Chiefs win this game. I'll say they'll win it 34 to 17.
All right. Well, all right, everyone. Those are our AFC NFC Championship predictions. Anyway, fellas, you got anything you guys want to say before we sign out tonight?
I hope these won. That's all I gotta say. Just make these games nail biters. I just gotta pass interference their way.
Yeah.
Close games. Go for it. I mean, they've done it for every other game. So
yeah, definitely. Well, final thoughts?
Nah, man, no final thoughts. Going for my Niners. It's going to be going to be an interesting game. I'm glad that that's the last game. I think the Kansas game's going to be a blowout. Obviously, the Niners game's going to be probably a tighter game.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward, man. If Jimmy G, it's so interesting because Jimmy G can make the Super Bowl, and he might not be starting. He might not start another game for San Francisco after this game.
Yeah.
It's crazy. He still might get traded. I don't know. I feel like it's pretty much Super Bowl or bust for Jimmy G.
Pretty much. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing how that plays out.
Yeah. And for what it's worth, if he made the Super Bowl again, I would not be mad. I really wouldn't. But anyway, boys and girls, that'll do it for the Fourth and Goal podcast. Thank you guys for watching on Facebook and YouTube. Flip, Waz, gentlemen, as always, it's been a pleasure. Thank you guys for helping me host the show. We'll see you guys next week. Peace out.